Trichuris trichuria is a nematode which is found worldwide. It is also called as a whipworm. In its structure, it contains an embryonic cell and eggshell and a polar plug on both the ends. Trichuris trichuria causes Tricuriasis. Epidemiology, it is seen in most warm climates and in fecal contamination. Habitat, it lives in the intestine and rectum of human. Mode of transmission, it is transmitted by the ingestion of embryonated food and water and also contaminated fingers. This is the life cycle of Trichuris trichuria. First, this is the unembryonated eggs which are voided through the feces, and then it forms the two-cell stage. After the second stage, the cells become rapidly multiply and it leads to the advanced cleavage stage. And then the fourth stage, which is the embryonated stage. In this, the cells are embryonated, which contain embryonated eggs, and these are ingested within 15 to 13 days of development. It is ingested into the mouth, then it leads to the digestive system, then it will end up in the small intestine. In the small intestine, they rapidly divide and form the male and female worms. And these adult worms live in cecum and ascending colon. And these adult worms are 4 cm in length. So first, when the fecal matter or rapidly multiplied, this is called multiply. That stage is called as the diagnostic stage. And when after the fourth stage, when the multiplied eggs enter into the mouth of the human, it is called as the ingestive phase and diagnostic phase. So this is the life cycle of Trichuris trichuria. The females begin to oviposit 60 to 70 days after infection. Female worms in the cecum shed between 3,000 and 20,000 eggs per day. The lifespan of the adults is about 1 year. This is a diagram showing the difference between female and male worms. The female worms are thick, filly, and it is not more rounded, but the male worms are only thick at some end, and here it is threaded, and it also overlaps more. Clinical features in the asymptomatic stage. 100 to 200 adult worms will be present in the asymptomatic stage. When it exceeds these levels, it becomes symptomatic, and the symptoms are diarrhea, intestinal ulceration, abdominal pain, nausea, vomiting, dysentery, anemia, weight loss, erectile prolapse, appendicitis, urticaria, and respiratory diseases. Lab diagnosis: the eggs are seen in the stool sample. Using the technique formal ether, sedimentation, or simple flotation technique. The eggs are barrel-shaped, yellowish brown colored, double-shelled, colorless protruding mucus plug at each end and contain unsegmented ovum, float in saturated salt solution. Adult worm in rectal mucosa. While the worms are whip-shaped, male parasites are shorter while the female parasites are longer. Oviparous and anterior end 3/5 is long, thin hair-like deeply embedded in the mucosa of large intestine. Posterior end 2/5 is short, thick stored and freely flow in the lumen of large intestine, and at this end of the reproductive organs are present. Treatment for trichuriasis includes two tablets, mainly tablet mebendazole, which will be given at a dosage of 400 milligram, and BT, and for 28 days. And tablet albendazole, it is also given for 400 milligram, and it is TT after 5th day and once in 14 days. Prevention and control: personal hygienic and food hygienic, and avoid soil contamination by sanitary disposal of feces, treatment of infected cases.